moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Bouaga only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Bouaga
Welcome to all. Welcome to all.
And government will be encouraged to put more. By paying on time, you will qualify for a larger loan in the future. Other Liberians will also be able to benefit from the repay funds, and government will be encouraged to put more funds into the loan program. The loan will be available to all 50 counties in Liberia, and emphasis will be placed on vulnerable groups, including women and the disabled. It is important to note that the review and analysis of loan applications and the granting and administration of credit will be left solely with the participating financial institutions who have been designated to administer this program.
Welcome to all. Kindly hit for us the share button, please.
Including Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Commerce, will have any authority to determine the beneficiaries of this loan scheme. So today, I call on all well-meaning Liberian businesses to take advantage of this unique opportunity. Together, we can make the change we so desire. And so, I hereby present this check of $3 million to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry for onward transmission to the Liberian Bank for Development and Investment, who will administer the program. Well, Minister Tapper, I want to say this before I give you this check. Minister Tapper, let me say this, and I want to say to the Liberian people. When I was a professional soccer player, I used my own money for your benefit and to develop you. Without no fear. As president, I will use your money on you without no fear or favor. I will pay your roads. I will pay your hospitals. I will give you free tuitions. I will pay your capacity. I will support your businesses without no fear or favor. As we accept the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. May God bless you and I thank you. The LBDF, we are here today to witness the promise fulfilled. The LBDF
Kindly hit
has
for us
been
the share button,
established
please.
by my government as a $3 million United States loan scheme exclusively for Liberian businesses and microfinance institutions. Liberians will be able to borrow from the LBDF to produce goods and services for the domestic market. My desire is to strengthen and support you, the Liberian business community, such that ordinary business people will be able to move from sidewalk to store, from market to manufacturing, and from being mere spectator to active participants. And in the very near future, to take ownership of the Liberian economy. I trust in your ability to do this, my fellow Liberians. The proceeds of these loans
I
are
want to
not
welcome all of
intended
you.
for you
Thank
to
you
enrich
for
yourselves,
joining us.
but
Again,
borrow
do us a
you
favor, hit for
to
us the share
invest in the
button,
local economy,
and let's get started.
in expanding our businesses. The interest rate on these loans is purple in the nature. And I am informed that it will be one of the lowest in the Liberian financial market, with flexible collateral requirements and extended payment terms. Let me admonish you, however, that these loans are not free money. You who benefit from these funds must be responsible borrower and repay your loans on time, so you can have continuous leverage to take loans. By paying on time, you will qualify for a larger loans in the future. Other Liberians will also be able to benefit from the repay funds, and government will be encouraged to put more funds into the loan program. The loan will be available to all 50 counties in Liberia, and emphasis will be placed on vulnerable groups, including women and the disabled. It is important to note that the review and analysis of loan applications and the granting and administration of credit will be left solely with the participating financial institutions who have been designated to administer this program. No agency of government, including Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Commerce, will have any authority to determine the beneficiaries of this loan scheme. So today, I call on all well-meaning Liberian businesses to take advantage of this unique opportunity. Together, we can make the change we so desire. And so, I hereby I hereby present this check of $3 million to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry for onward transmission to the Liberian Bank for Development and Investment, who will administer the program.
Well, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here, as always. We want to use this time to welcome each and every one of you and to say hi to you. Thank you so much for your presence here. It's a privilege, and we really, really value your presence. And we ask those of you who are joining us to please do us a favor. And the favor that we require of you is to please hit for us the share button. Share with friends, share with family members, so that we can all have a very wonderful time. Thank you so very kindly, and I appreciate you. So today we're going to be discussing several issues. And to do that, our panelists will be joining us later. I want to start from something that is very sad. Most people did not talk about it, but I will do. You see, the issue of rape in Liberia is becoming alarming under this particular government. And the reason why there is a need for us to continue to talk about this is because people are committing this crime and walking away with impunity. And the ministry that is charged with the responsibility of protecting, especially those who are victims, is doing absolutely nothing. Is doing absolutely nothing. I remember under the leadership of His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah, the Ministry of Gender and Children's Protection will do a quarterly report to partners in Liberia. Those reports that were submitted by the Ministry of Gender was used as a tool in order to look at the progress that Liberia was making as it relates to fighting rape. Those reports that were made was done so that government will see, or our partners will see, where the lapses are. How can they collaborate with the Ministry of Youth and the Ministry of Gender and other line ministry to ensure that they put into place mechanism to reduce the issue of rape, or to ensure that justice is served on those who are supposed to get justice. You know, the more you report on certain things, the more you talk about it, the more you expose it, the more you take time to inform people about a certain maybe issue. That information throws light on that particular issue, and it helps to also prevent the reoccurrence in a negative form of that particular issue. So take for an example, if somebody keep abusing, maybe if somebody is very abusive, let's put it this way, and every time you talk about his abusive behavior, every time you talk about it, you know what happens? It scares him. It makes him to be ashamed of his behavior. You expose him. So at the end of the day, he himself will sit down, or whoever the person is will sit down and say, look, there's a need for me to rethink, man. Let me limit this. If possible, that person will even leave that particular community. So we saw under the regime of His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah, we saw a continuous report on the issue of rape, thereby reducing it. And almost everybody, I saw it on so many occasions. In fact, the Ministry of Gender under the Weah-led administration was very, very active. Very, very active. In fact, they had a number where people who are, abused or people who are victim could pick up that particular phone and call. I think it was 211 or something. So they had a number there. The Ministry of Gender was very active to ensuring that we throw light on the issue of rape and all of these other domestic violence. But it is unfortunate, fellow Liberians, that under this particular administration, it's almost like the issue of rape is not being talked about. The Ministry of Gender that's supposed to be protecting our children, protecting the people, is completely silent on the issue of rape. And you don't blame the Ministry of Gender, because at the end of the day, these people that are there, they are spamless. They are there looking for money to pay mortgages and bills and all the other rest of it. They will not talk. I will cite a case and I will show you a picture. We all know of the incident that happened at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, where J. Brian McGee, the deputy minister, raped a 14 years. That particular case was reported to the police. Gregory Cuomo decided that he was going to tamper with the case. Based on the advocacy and the continuous talking from you and myself, guess what happened? They decided that, okay, we investigate. At the end of the day, we saw the government of Liberia. We saw Joseph Numa Boyka giving J. Brian McGill leave. So you can go on leave. Not to take Brian McGill and turn him over to the police or turn him over so that there can be, a very rigid investigation. But Joseph Numa Boyka said to J. Brian McGill, go on leave. Oh man, go enjoy yourself. Go, you on leave, enjoy yourself. And at the end of the day, the police that is supposed to take on the case, investigate and forward it to court, guess what? The police decided to be political as always, which is expected of them. They turn around, they say, oh, we saw the video like this, the video like that, and all the other rest of it. Because they were looking for a way to protect J. Brian McGill, who was one of the major financiers of Joseph Numa Boyka campaign in 2023. And J. Brian McGill was put on leave. As I speak to you today, the only thing that the police can tell us, they are still investigating the machine where they're supposed to use to do DNA. That particular machine is poor, so they're waiting. They did a machine can, then they will continue their investigation. But guess what? J. Brian McGill will be seen attending programs and function with Joseph Numa Boyka. J. Brian McGill will not be prosecuted. No, he will not. He will not be prosecuted. No. I will show you the picture of J. Brian McGill. I'll show you the picture of J. Brian McGill. The boy was at the Unity Party program enjoying himself. There, enjoying himself. While that lady is in psychological pain, is in physical pain, is in turmoil. And J. Brian McGee had his scarf on him at the Unity Party headquarters, the bucker enjoying himself. Let me bring you a picture here of it. Let me bring you this picture. And then, okay, let me bring you this picture. Just bear with me while I try to bring you this picture of J. Brian McGee. The man, Ayaka. The man to Unity Party program. Man to Unity Party program, joining himself, the man is having fun. The man is having fun. Okay. Just bear with me while we try to bring you this picture. So Joseph Numa Boyka is aiding and abetting, is covering people who are supposed to be prosecuted for crimes that they commit. But Joseph Numa Boyka is there, browser is having trouble sharing this video. Okay, let me just take it from here. Just bear with me. Let me take it from here and bring you this from on this end. Let me share this video like this, and I think like this is going to be better. Let me show. Sorry. Plenty thing here. We are presenting at the same time producing, so sometimes you have all of these things going on all at once. But don't worry, we get you covered. Yeah, we get you covered. Okay. So we are here now, and then we can display this picture. This is J. Brian McGill, the deputy minister who raped a 14-year-old girl. This is him. You see him? The brother is walking free. The man is a free man. This is him. He brought group of people behind him. Let a placard down there. The vice president, the president, he get a group behind him. Now, I want you to see how the government will shield her own. How people who believe and align with this government, even if you commit crime, they will cover you up. They will not prosecute you. Today, I will show you picture of even notorious drug law who are associated with the regime that was covered. That Joseph Numa Boyka covered them and said, no, these people, they are so anointed. Like the Bible says, touch not my anointed. So Joseph Numa Boyka is saying, those who are within my circumference, those who are within my territory, they are not to be touched. Even if they commit the heinous crime ever, you don't touch them. Yes, J. Brian McGill. The man who raped a 14-year-old girl, the minister who raped a 14, he's still on leave. But guess what? Let him man here. He attended Unity Party program. The last time we recall, a notorious drug lord who was caught with almost 3,000 plus pounds worth of drugs in a picture with Joseph Numa Boyka. That bucker, after he was arrested, after 2 days, up to today, they say they know where the man is. The people who arrested the man came back to us and tell us that we know where the man is. The lady who was caught with drugs at the airport. As I speak to you today, after 1 week, they say, oh, the woman was in hospital. We don't know where she go. My brother Jake, I want to welcome you. How are you, sir?
Yes, salute to you and to the followers once again. Salute, yeah. And please help to share the video.
My brother, there is something that is happening in Liberia that is very serious, and we will talk about it. Others may not, but we will continue to talk about it. The government of the Republic of Liberia, led by Joseph Numa Boyka, is shielding people within his ambience who are committing serious crime that they should be in jail for. He is protecting them, covering them, shielding them. what is going on. But people who have less semblance or they see you with picture with President Weah, they will go after you, put crime on you. Some kind of way they want to bring you down. My brother, let's hear from you. We talk about the issue of J. Brian McGill. I will bring pictures of the guy who had the huge quantity of drugs that with Joseph Numa Boyka. Today, that man is no more. The girl who, was caught on the airport with huge drugs, who is associated with the regime. She is not here. They say she not in the country. They know where place she is. My brother, let's hear from you on this.
Yeah, praise and to the follower once again, salute and respect to everybody. You please share the video. It's very important. Sharing is free. Don't believe me. A lot of people listen to the podcast. America, people from all around the world, they will drop it to other people. They will share it to other people. So let the message go outside there. The sharing is free. Salute to everybody once again. Respect, brother. I told you we've been flagging the year. For me, not a strange thing. Let me remind my followers here. You saw the Gloria Mususka, where they were parading all over the country, video in a comfort in America, La on Jefferson, Kochi, Valor, Telede, that day, today, where they all come. Musu were in jail, Ska were in jail. When the Unity Party came to power, the first thing the government did, because she had a relationship with the Unity Party in Boaka during their first tenure. You all know Ellen Johnson said it, all of them. They were all in bed. He freed a woman and he appointed a woman on a board to tell you the justice system at two Liberians. So two-tier justice system. They're not in favor of the opposition, especially those are affiliated with George Weah. I will say this tonight to the former president. I'm a plea. I don't care who will offend. After the welcome, Mr. President, I know you're busy on your workup. They appointed you a chairman on racism and discrimination. You get a piece of job to do. But right after the welcome, Mr. President, it's time to put on back your military jacket to confront the Unity Party. These are the same people that damage your government with outside and within. So it's time to pay back. You sell it. It's your own word I'm quoting, Mr. Former President. You say fire for fire. The fire for fire is time. You get all your lobbies, get all your great connection with the Republican Party. It's time to take the bull by the home. The country belongs to everybody. Our conscious Liberian. If the Unity Party on a watch, they say they can carry the country back to that dark days, Mr. President. Don't relent. Don't relent. They go back to that dark days. It's not honor your watch. It's honor their watch. I can remind my followers again. The Unity Party is a party of destruction, of violence. Let me quote that first leader, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Followers, when we were growing up, they told the Liberian people to bring the Civil War. A famous statement all around the world. You can Google it, you can catalog it, anything you want to do. Videos are there from our own mouth in Washington, in America. You destroy the executive mansion. We pay by 44 hours, 24 hours. Your stories are there. You know what she said last statement? I will go there because a native guy was ruling the country. A native man they call Samuel Doe. It's time for us to take the country to take our country back from the so-called elite. You can say a trouble. It already trouble Liberian people. Joseph Boyka make it more trouble. Let me get rid of video again. Now, what I would say on this platform, you're even surprised how we got this man picture, the rapist picture here. You're even surprised how we get it. Thousands of people march to the Unity Party, but how the particular picture came about. That's why I told people here, we don't preach propaganda. We're not here to lie on nobody. No. We're putting our feet to the fire because they promised the Liberian people. They lie and loud. Today, you see the man whining and dining with the rapist to stay within that suspension. I will call it flat suspension. I believe he's still taking salary. He's still taking a pay. They get drink covered up. We all know our country. We all know politics. It's a cover up. But beyond the scene, he getting his grand envelope. So he getting paid. So he have the courage to go to that particular. He not even worried. Maybe the only time this guy will worry when the government changed power, government changed him, and they probably most of them will escape to exile because they don't want to be brought to justice. That's the only way. But you saw they saw a global Mususka. So I'm telling this, because everybody around the world, all those that support the former president. Me, I know you get a piece of job. It's time to put on your military jacket and the radical. Man, you know that you are, that I know. It's time for all to be radical. The country now belongs to one people. The country belongs to everybody. I finished seeing the writing on the wall, Prince. I said it. Everybody now paying property. Let me tell you now. They're getting rich overnight too. They are children in school all around the world whatsoever. They're paying property too. They're doing everything. The police director, great family away. All of them in the branch of the executive mansion, the executive branch of government. Someone that affiliated in the legislature that all our children also. We already now, we cataloging all their addresses. Europe, I know some of them in the security apparatus, I know where the family living. They live in Sweden. They live in Sweden, in Europe here. Not everybody in America. We put our pieces in together. We're finding it now. It's time for the battle. It's a war we're fighting now. I call it war because the Unity Party unleashed war on the Liberian people in different forms because the security apparatus is not professional anymore. They are all being compromised. They're not in the issue, but they get into print. What I like it for, they get into lose too. They empowering themselves, and they empowering themselves. We know they're not keeping money in the Republic of Liberia. They're keeping money in Europe and so offshore banks now. We know it. We know it. We find out where I left by the country is small. It's time to be radical too, because the country belongs to everybody. They've been pushed. We're getting 2-year grace period. 2 years. We're coming to 2026. It's not time for grace period anymore. It's over. Because I can remember, in 7 months of George Weah's presidency, 6 to 7 months into his presidency, the Ghanaians started their campaign. They were all massive, lying, all in the corridor. Everybody were only 7 months into while the COVID were even hot. They unleashed all their propaganda, everything on the country, outside and inside. All of them, at that time, when they were the opposition, they spent millions of dollars. So,
Jake, I want to come here. I want to ask you this. His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah was never forceful or was never brutal when he became president of the Republic of Liberia, when the Liberian people elected him. The Liberian people saw his peaceful nature and decided that, look, we will give this man our country because we need someone to unite us. People calling for President Weah now to be radical, to scam fire for fire. We think that is not in his nature. I am speaking the mind of others. It may not be what I think or what I see, but in the position as a talk show, as a journalist, I want to put myself in that position. He don't need to be violent. He don't need to be forceful. He don't need to do anything extraordinary because the Liberian people know his nature. They know who he is. And that's why they elected him based on that. So people who are calling for him to be robust, fire for fire, do the people like this, do these people like that. These people are trying to plunge his nature, his character, who he is, and his political institution in harm's way. What say you about that?
A good question. It's easy for me to answer. Very, very easy. We know his. Please, let me tell you something. I will go there. First of all, you know who the president is? The Liberian people, they don't know. We know him. He's like Liberian people say, "Baraman." He's like Baraman. Baran. You know what they call Baran? In our Liberian team, they call it Grodan man. He know the street, but in the valley that you are thinking and lay, he's a Baran. I'm saying he's a Baraman. He got a radical side. He disciplined and get serious. I told you he's one of the. I tell Liberian, the baby didn't know the other side of him, but we that surround him before, he's very hard-headed. He's very stubborn. Very stubborn. They don't cross the line. We're not saying we should be violent in that kind of way. No, we're not saying, but he quoted that statement, fire for fire. Where the fire for fire come from? Where the fire for fire? Now we they won't sell it. He said it fire. Now it's fire for fire. So when I say he should bring anything, but he said, on my watch, he kept the peace because he allowed everything. He said, on my watch, there will be no more checkpoint in this country. We'll not go to that days. But when I tell you something to the followers here, this is beyond Bouaka now. I finish understanding the whole game this guy playing. It's not about Bouaka. No. Reality, you will get to know tomorrow. You will come to me and say, yeah, Jake, how you sense it long time? It's not about Bouaka. It's beyond Bouaka. They're preparing a gateway now. It's not about Bouaka or Liberian people. Let me tell you, you're going to start taking all of the battle. It's not about Bouaka. Bouaka be 85 to 86 years old. They're preparing. All of them will stay in power. Even who they were put in place to represent, to replace Bouaka, and the person they're trying to protect now. That the person calling the shot, they in the beginning calling the shot now to make the Liberian people scared. It's not about Bouaka.
Thank you.
Let me tell you, Liberian people now.
Thank you so much.
The president need to be tough.
Thank you so much.
But we want to welcome. Before Chokan come in, you think who the people targeting? Who the me people they targeting? Who the me person they targeting? It's the number one man. The men are standing to that rule. Why they not? They commission the country. Why they don't address coming? Why they don't address other leaders? But only those we are.
Thank you so much, my brother. I want to welcome our brother Chokon. Chokon, thank you so much for joining us. It's a privilege again for us to have you here. How are you, sir?
Yeah, am I clear?
Yeah, loud and clear. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure, I'm okay.
Yes, sir. We begin with this, discussion, and I will put the picture up again for Liberian to see. This is J. Brian McGill, the Deputy Minister, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, who was allegedly involved in the issue of rape of a 14-year-old minor. This particular fellow Liberians that you guys are seeing here is one of the key financiers of Joseph Nyuma Boyka at the time when he was in opposition. He bankrolled their campaign and etc. He was allegedly involved in an act of rape with one of the security at the Ministry of Youth and Sports daughter, a 14-year-old. When the issue came out, J. Brian McGee was sent on leave at Joseph Nyuma Boyka. The police, led by Gregory Como, is telling the Liberian people that they are still investigating. They don't have machine. The DNA machine that they get in the country is spoiled, broke down. So they're still waiting for it. The day the government purchase a DNA machine, they will be able to look at the case. But for now, they can't say anything about this case. But here is J. Brian McGill passing around with Unity Party paraphernalia, with Unity Party uniform, going to Unity Party program. Free men walking with people behind him. They singing song. Hey, Brian McGill, hey, J. Brian McGill, hey. And he is enjoying himself. We are seeing a perpetual act of this particular government to shield people who are within their comfort. The likes like Jake Redley put it, the likes of Madam or Councillor Gloria Mususcat, who Joseph Nyuma Boyka used his force to take off from prison. So many people who commit crime that should be in jail. For example, the Commerce Minister, Ami Moda, who misappropriated some money instead of using the money where you're supposed to use it for, it collected money and buy a car. At the end of the day, Ami Moda walked away free. Here is Augustine Pehe Gafwan, a man who siphoned almost $100 million, not from me and you,
Yeah.
but from the GAC report. GAC report. No
He's,
document, no record to prove, no nothing. But this
he's,
man stayed there.
he's
My
still finance minister, yeah.
brother, the Unity Party continue to shield her own while running behind other people and saying they want to persecute them. Let's hear from you, brother. Welcome again.
Yeah, again, I want to say thank you. I hope the followers are getting who you guys are getting me.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, so the issue about Brian McGill, for me, it is not strange. I mean, from the day Baka released Laura Musso Scott, I knew that our country was completely damaged. I knew that our country was completely damaged. Because, I mean, for Brian McGill, I think it is just, I mean, the least you can ever think about. Because Laura Musso Scott, aside from Laura Musso Scott, if you follow the recording of Gloria Musso Scott, some of the justification, some of the explanation again, I just hope we'll get that clip. Where at one point they get to the armor enter, in fact, in the armor putting all the corn that you go to for the corn for the arrow, then you go for the rat, you watch on the front, you go also you turn the arrow, you know, all those kind of stupid. I mean, that make no sense. That it was clear enough and la brand could see that the woman that the league were executed in cold blood by Gloria Mususka. A bagger could be buried the one for that woman. And you see that Brian McGill that raped, digging about. I leave that league, I leave the person the league that they raped. Actually, did she stay alive? So a bagger can be brave to free somebody that took the life of another person. What more about rape? I mean, rape that the rape that the least thing you think about. Rape is the least thing you think about. So that's the country that we have. And guess what? There will be people, or there are people that are prepared to defend the people. They will defend them to their life. A man for a man to rape. That's the sad part of our country. I mean, so that's the country that we have. These people will destroy our country when we don't stand to their faces. They will destroy our country. So you saw Brian Majo, I will be to the Union Party program. Do you know how long Brian Majo been in our country? Been in Liberia, and nobody cares, but nobody cares to question him. That's the country that we have, chief. All they were doing with that, that earful, and you know, yeah, they are only. But the government have decided to do nothing to Brian McGill because, like you said, Brian McGill is one of the financiers. He was the one feeding for the Mo Ali. So do you expect Mo Ali to look at some government say a Mo Ali that will look at government say take up that to free Brian McGill that was practically feeding here in Pabwara to say go to jail? No. And if a Praga could be brave to free original Japan. The men that were called whole drum for drugs, whole cartoon for America, whole drum, continue for drugs. How much was rape? I mean, that's a bit you can think about. So for me, it is not strange. And that's why people that all condone to encourage Liberians, that condone to say, they say, John, we are not doing nothing. No. They have said, I will always say this, I know many of me people don't only let to hear it. It will you no matter how Baka can be stupid and crazy. Baka can go and eat. You can't test George Weah. Because George Weah is a global citizen. You know, we are the ones that are going through our different issues. We are the ones that have to stand up. And start wasting your George Weah, you expect George Weah can't right or you can't stay for you. No. John Weah will stand for you with a boss, he will stand for you with the institution, But you must take the first step and say, somebody let me help you do why your partner show your someone doesn't watch it. What is the motivation? What have we done individually for ourselves that will motivate more people that we have to know? Come on, there's a leader that come in. I mean, yeah, but my people, all we do is show your auto, show it.
Exactly.
So you
Exactly.
said we have to leave for wherever he is. You can't say, tell me, I already started put there now, you can't say, what kind of idea is that? We must
So,
start.
so then, I want to ask you. I want to ask you this hypothetical question. One is saying, or others will say that political institutions are government in waiting. Those leaders of those political parties are supposed to stand up for the people because these are the people that are going to vote for them. By saying that the people should stand up and not the leader, others may say that, well, it's almost like you are trying to shield the leader from not speaking for the people and blaming the people for not taking action, and they're supposed to be maybe control or lead, or they're supposed to have somebody who's supposed to have that voice of command to tell them move and they move. How do you respond to that?
So this is the thing. I mean, every one of us, one person, that we have I mean, to move into action. But chief, there are certain things nobody can do for you, and you know that. There are certain things nobody will do for you. Come to think about, there are certain actions the followers need to take that will make your leader to move and say, "Come on, you have not defeated me." And actually, John, we are spoken. He has spoken several times. The marching order you talk about, he has given that marching order. He has said he will move into action here. I mean, one of the different, mandate you can ever think about, if you can call it mandate or whatever. He has mobilized you, he has progress, he has inspired you, he has given you reason, he has stood by you. Some of our friends that are learning in Jew, he has been there with them. Actually, last time he went at the court to Fanatico. Fanatico is one of the followers. He's the leader in our party, but he's one of the followers. But what are we doing as ordinary people? I mean, as ordinary Palestinians that one would say, come on, the people are ready. There are anything, if there are anything your child or somebody will do, is this, my man, if I living one hour, I'm going, if my beginning ready already. I can't see that I gotta go. That's the point I'm talking about. I'm not saying Joe will actually stay down. No. We must start. We must start. Have we started? No. People say that they say, some people, say for example, look at Molu put there like Cameroon. Some people be brave to say the winning was 2029. They're not coming and start on it. You go somebody run behind it. Oh, so you want somebody run behind you. So I will you expect other people to come run, so yourself to raise their leg so they can run behind them. It's just a clear indication that some of our friends are not just serious. Why you go look at so we are putting our lives on the line so that we don't want to speak people won't get family. But you say now you're waiting for 2029. Everyone are waiting for 2029. What we want to achieve? Do you think we are going to achieve it? No. So to end, I'm going to end with the issue about Uganda. Yoweri Museveni. Do you know why Yoweri Museveni is using the army? Because the citizens themselves are standing with Bobby Wine. They started the action before Bobby Wine. You can see Uganda political activity, right? With all of the suppression. But guess what? Everywhere Museveni, everything Bobby Wine lands, you see multitude of people providing security for him. What are they doing? You see them when them on Facebook posting. So where you expect us to break the lack of job we have to see what John Ra. You cannot knowledge useless government. No, we will not do it. We will not. Personally, if I even meet president, we are not about it. Until we can get ready. Somebody said, "Oh, my man, 2029 will not be easy." Get down. Just say now. Wait. What about 2029? It will not be easy. That your boy will not be easy. Sit down.
And Choco, let me bust up what you saying. Then Choco, I think little bit we so let me come in small. I need you getting to understand what was the point I came from. Let me tell you something. Choco said something. You ask a question concerning the leader. Let me put it back to you. The example when George Howard was ruling, he had the highest protest. The men that were taking care of the country had the highest protest in the history of our country. We know the country. In the history of our country, what is soup? Where all they group them today? What Jacinto telling them protest? Any protest, they led our protest. People that die on the street, they led protest. The marketer led protest. Even Darrell they don't. People in the legislature led our protest. They stop the
But
president
you don't
convoy.
expect these people. I want to put myself in a
Yeah,
position
well,
of,
no,
I want
no,
to take
wait. You
myself
ask
out.
the question. The
You
president
don't
actually
expect these
will
people
get
to go and protest when they were protesting against your government, when they were trying to make your government unpopular, when they were
okay.
trying to do everything. These were partisans. How you call a movement or advocacy.
No.
They, they,
Civil
they,
society.
they had motive, and they just put themselves under the banner of civil society.
Okay, so any narrative work on the Liberian people, that the question I always asking now, are you people better or now than it says here George we are? Now, that's the question I'm asking. If they're better, they will not go on the street. If they're better, then we mean that Prince, I told you we will come on our own time. We're planning our time. We got something to do. We're building our party headquarters. By
So you are
2026,
one will ask. I want to put myself in a position
yeah,
of
put
someone.
yourself in a
One will
way to
ask, so
answer
you
you.
waiting for your own turn while the people are dying, while this
They,
government is
they die.
recklessly,
We made
taking
it.
people off their home, while this government is breaking people property down,
Okay, let
while
me
this
break
government
another
is
thing down. Let me
stealing
break another
people,
thing down to
while
you.
they are stealing, and you are waiting for your own time.
I like that conversation. You know why I like that conversation? We're waiting for our own time. I like this conversation. The president draft 300 EPS, heavily trained security forces. Where is the outcome of the EPS today? They got a salary. All of them went under the rack. They melted. They down. They silent. Wait. They know the security apparatus. A 20 Spring, when our super country, a 50 EPS come
Let me
together,
let
they
me
say we want to,
let,
we
let
will
me
get it.
welcome my brother Louis there. I want to welcome you. Thank you so much
So,
for
Prince,
joining
Prince, let
joining
me tell you
us.
something.
Welcome.
Prince, let me tell you something. You CDC boy, you don't overload CDC too. You are overload the president. I will be honest to you. Prince, you saw the party groundbreaking. That party groundbreaking. You saw masses of thousands of people, maybe over 15,000 people. It was the highest gallery in one of the CDC history. Therefore, party gallery. We get president can bring that kind of crowd. Then when the president ready now, he get in a phone now for the battle of that country by 2027, 2028. While the country is divided, while the United Party divided security apparatus already. Listen, let me tell you something. If I tell you something, you will believe me one day. Another sedition, I know we are sharing.
So let's
No,
go to let me just hold you right
I
there. Let me
know
hold
the
you right there.
president.
Yeah, let me hold you right there and go to our brother Louis. My brother Louis, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Uh, the first issue that we're talking about here is what happened of recent at the party headquarters when Unity Party were launching their and the party headquarters or whatever. We saw J. Brian McGill, a man who is accused of raping a 14 years old that Boyka put on leave. He was at their program moving around. The police that is supposed to investigate to ensure that this man is brought to justice, the police say no DNA machine is poor. They stay looking for it. They stay waiting for it. They can't see it. We are seeing a pattern of the Unity Party trying to shield their own in several instances, in several cases, while people who maybe one way or the other are associated with, especially the CDC, they go after them very, very hard and very, very tough. What is going on? That today we are not hearing from the government as it relates to the rape case. Uh, Recently we saw a guy who was caught with huge drugs that was in a picture with Joseph Numa Breka, a lady who was also caught with a huge quantity of drugs. These people, they have absconded. They are not even in the country. The Unity Party make way for them to go. But today we see the Unity Party is after people who are one way or the other sympathizer or even took a picture at the opposition headquarters, just to be specific, the CDC. What is going on? Let's hear from you. You are on the ground, sir. I'm sorry, you are muted. You are muted, sir. Just unmute yourself. Yeah, Louis, you are muted. Can you unmute yourself? Hello, Louis? Okay, I think he's having some technical problem. But let's start this with our brother Choko. My brother Choko, last week was a very terrible week in Liberia. We saw the government at its best, as usual, going to the headquarters of STEM and burning down the headquarters of STEM. We are seeing this as a perpetual pattern of the government to silence the press, to muzzle free speech. And I'm going to give you several instances before you come in on this. We saw the government operative, as I refer to them, in the county, superintendent. These people were insisting that editors, news editors at the various community radio stations, that these people report what they want to hear and not what they are supposed to report, what the government want them to report. We saw also Julius J, who was been threatened by the Ministry of Information, where in their meeting they said they should sack Julius J. We've been seeing so many instances of the government trying to use her arm or her power to suppress the press. We saw what happened to our brother Austin Kawa vehicle while he was in his cubicle reporting. His car was destroyed. Petrol bomb was set in his car. Today, what we are seeing is the government, according to the chairman of STEM, Molu, from what he narrated, that the office was being set ablaze. Let's hear from you, my brother. Before coming to you, let's just welcome our brother back. Louis, are you getting us now? Are you okay?
Yeah, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay right now.
Okay, yeah. So just take a minute and just address the first issue that we're talking about before we go to our brother Choko, that has to do with the presence of J. Brian McGee. I show you got it. So let's hear from you, sir.
Yeah, sure. The issue of Mr. McGill at the Unity Party headquarters. Mind you, the Unity Party was broke and didn't have a faraway dollar to campaign. McGill is one of the folks who financed the Unity Party campaign. McGill is a strong ally to President Bouaka. So for that reason, McGill could not be put behind bars. We all know rape case in Liberia is a non-bailable offense. So you will be behind bars going through investigation until you have been proven innocent.
Yes, yes.
But because McGill is a strong ally to the President Bouaka and one of the financier of Unity Party campaign, he couldn't go behind bar, but they used the police to come in his defense by telling the Liberian people that there's no DNA test to prove that he did the act. after that incident, there were 2 or 3 different incidents came after the same rape case. Issue in Bond County and other places, people were arrested immediately and placed behind bar. These people were arrested immediately and put behind bar. Why is McGill being treated with special interest? It's because he's a strong ally to President Bouakai, not even those in government, but a strong ally to the president himself directly. So because he have a direct link with the president, he cannot be touched.
Yes.
Same with the young men who were arrested without huge quantity of drugs. You also want the financier of the president campaign. Finally, the president campaign, you were arrested. Today, the young men were escorted out of the country overnight by the same government. So once you're not in these people's circle, you can commit any big offense, you'll be arrested and be put to jail, no matter what happened. Let me set an example and leave it with our folks in to comment, and we'll go to the next issue. Is the issue of the musician Bucket Roller arrested? The only reason why they are publicizing his arrest is because he campaigned for the CDC. We try to know, another musician arrested in this country. I just read that they dropped all charges against him. Alonzo, that his proper musician in Liberia called Alonzo. He's a Liberia student. Coming for sale in Liberia, you arrested. So 3 other guys. Today, the court have come out, give the man not guilty verdict. They dropped all charges against him. No one saw them on the internet. No one saw them moving with live video carrying the court. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that one happening. I'm not saying what Bagheera did was correct, but because they are eating donors' money, donor funding, they want to prove to the donor pandas that they are working. That is why this thing happened in our country. But issue of rape, that is a non-believable offense. A whole minister is being swept off the carpet. Today, the family of the victims suffering from that. That later will suffer the stigmatization from the public. Today, where is she? The government do not care. What's the mission agenda? You saw what happened in the issue of Mo Ali. Quickly, the mission agenda, President Joshua intervened and took Mrs. Gray and took her to a safe place for some time. After her process was over, she came back to the public. Today, that child is all internet, doing her normal stuff, again, a lot of followers, living a normal life. But in the case of the young man who raped the poor daughter that was swept on the carpet yesterday, the child is suffering from that. No concern of the government. This government is irresponsible. A very irresponsible government. When you say these things, both believe that you're against Bouakai. That's why 2 children get out or Gamma institution at the Liberia own broadcasting system. They cannot be touched. These are the type of people who find ourselves in. But praise,
Thank you.
we'll stop there for now.
Thank you. My brother Chokon, let's hear from you on this issue. Stay headquarters was set ablaze. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, Prince, I want to say thank you again. In regards to the whole stand headquarters issue, for me, I will be very blunt. I will say it for free that a prime suspect of that headquarters being burned is the National Council of Churches. Be very clear. I will not go look for the duo of the I.A. Pluto or Utopia. No. The prime suspect of staying headquarters being a destroyer is the Liberia Council of Churches. I'm not a security expert. I'm not going to pretend to be one. But if you follow the statement made against our protests. The first thing you have to know, what is the function of the Liberal Council of Churches? Is their role or are their role to be asking government to compromise people's rights? Or they could be seeking their members' welfare, political, everything, spiritual welfare. But guess what? They left their main function. Wherever asking government to deny our constitutional rights to protest, and in no time, I heard all about that. And you think I'm not wise enough to know that our headquarters of government by people. It is there. I'm not going to look for somebody else. These people are responsible for things headquarters being burnt. So that's what I would say, because this is not a statement. For you to even be asking government, I beg you, deny the people that rent. What kind of idea is that? For me, I still find it difficult to comprehend. So, I mean, the Liberal Council of Churches, they are the one responsible for the branch of action. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. My brother Jake, let's hear from you.
I will not go
office.
Yeah, I will not go too much on it because we discussed it the other time. I just pray the December, I think talking about the 17th,
Yeah.
I just pray the 17th, I will march the first protest compared to the first stem protest compared to this one that coming. If they beat this other one, I know the Liberian people ready, they on the red track now to put the government feet to the fire. So let me say something. I want to say that only Molu standing in the country to protest in the whole country, the whole Republic of Liberia. So that only Molu, and those that will support the Molu protest, Prince, it will be only sedition. I mean, I'm not believe those are associated with the opposition side. If you look at the first protest, Liberian people now want to come outside. They put fear in them. I want the question I asked here today. Molu won't standing, and I said Molu won't standing. I said it before. Molu won't standing alone. But during the guys, let me tell you something. The guys that were in opposition were calculated. They were very, very smart. They put fear to protest in the country. You know what they were protesting in the country for? All the massive protests they held. Prince, they never wanted for the government to get gains. They never wanted for investors to come in the country. Because when any investor here we protest over and over, they will never want to gamble their money in the country. So that is strategy they knew. Let me tell you a story of a famous bully. How I don't know about Donald J. Trump. Let me tell you something. They used to bully in school. They used to bully in school because he was a parent from New York was very rich. So one day he went to a father. That is true of Donald J. Trump. That why he became tough. The father said, go back to that school. Not because he come from a rich family. Not me they call for the parent to be poor. Go bully him back. You get high, you get everything. He bullied that bully back. The man cried. That bully left the school. So let me tell you something where you don't know about the Unity Party. Let me tell you today, you read that doctrine. You read that doctrine. They are bullied. They scale of bullet also. If they bully you, you bully them back. Who said they're not fear to die too? You see the United Party that left is they left everybody get left too. If you watch the people doctrine, you know what they play on the CDC? You know what they play on they play on the CDC, the sedition and whatsoever, because you never had the guts to bully them back. So I let the new idea the president withdraw fire for fire. Let what happening in the country right now. Look at social media now. Who taking social media? Who taking social media? Everybody say fire for fire. Give you an example when I get it called Tanji. When Tanji called the president neutral, because he used to be dragging the president long time ago when the president was president in America, that Tanji moved to Liberia. All citizens used to watch. They used to watch now. But now, when they say fire for fire, they drag up for 3 days. They put normally Kankane all in that dragging. You see, in on them talk again. Look at Prophet Key now. You can see Prophet Key causing people manner before. Because we get people now, we get over 4, 5, 10 people now on the social media ready to cause the president in the family. We take it, and I tell you, we're preparing Liberia for 2027 to take the war to the United Party. You think United Party radical? Let me break something down here for you. United Party that scare a bunch of people. I will say it tonight. CDC in a red place. You know what surround CDC? You know what surround the CDC? That people, you know what they call MPFL? You saw that 300 people that did this. Please, the country is on a time bomb. And the United Party not King Coast for 2027 will go back to that dark day. We're announcing to the international community. Some are really here now because some are receive 30 messages saying, oh, all my 30 messages are delivered to the European, to a representative in Europe here today. I get some messages. We're ready for them. The Jeremiah period. First of all, we're funding all of the address and the family address in the Western world. I know top security guards, that leading security government in Liberia. We finish funding what our parents then living, what our children then living to. They hustling for their own children there too. You think you put fear in other people about children, your own children will sit down in the Western world? We're gone all over our country here. We're gone all over Europe and America. Where it can never happen. So we're preparing the stage for it. If Joseph Baga will lead Labrador to the dark days again, will lead to that dark days. We're giving it. We're finishing getting a great spirit. Please, I'm saying it. I mean it. I'm talking beyond the scene. We're talking beyond the scene. We're getting a great spirit. I mean, another sedition, another we are ashamed. I know the president personally. I told people, I say, if you're not in politics, I'm not getting for Liberian politics. Because you get stuck in the Liberian politics that I support him. Because they lie on him, they smear him. So, Prince, 2027, the battle line will be in June. That country will go back to the dark days if they want to put it back to the dark days or not be on nowhere.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. My brother Louis, recently there was an attack on Stern office. Even before that, we have seen series of attacks on, media practitioners, on media houses. We saw when this government took over what they did. They sent hell of a long letter of people, who according to them, they say are indebted to government media houses. The other media house here will close it, MPA. All these kind of intimidation and scare tactics. And today it's coming to fruition with Stern headquarters. What say you? Let's hear from you, sir.
Prince, to lie is hard. To lie is hard. You're keep lying every day of your life. The day you make a mistake and you don't lie, and the person goes to discover the truth, the person no longer trusts you. The Union Party make that with the government through lies. Their fear is the truth is about to be revealed. So because they use the same media to lie and make way to power, they're afraid that the media come after them. So they decided to play the game well. Pathetic media houses were shutting it down. And that did not work. That illustrated that is normal death. It did not work. I hear my people, Jake saying, only step want to protest. You see, there's an issue I have with the CDC. They don't spend the money on propaganda. Even in opposition, they don't spend the money. But you see, the Union Party and the rest of the folks, on the kind of people Ghana where the poor spend money. They don't care until they see you down. That's why you found they were united and they were spending the money. But they are in winning position right now. Because of greed, they are divided. You saw yesterday that the president had a meeting with Yomdi Kanga and Darius, and the Liberty Party. Why? Because the Liberty Party did not attend their ceremony. It worried them. The Liberty Party did not attend the Unity Party who come in a fundraiser. So it worried the president. Why worry him? Why you are doing groundbreaking Hunkami, the CISO in Grand Bassa County breaking ground, while the other party official esteem themselves from all the activities? That brought serious words to the president. That he's losing most of the county. Buchanan West should be the other party stronghold. They are losing Buchanan. And then the matter West, the other party did not attend the ceremony. The Liberal Council of Churches is a serious problem in the country. They are biased. All through President we are 6 years, they have no one that come out to say, don't protest, just do this, just do that. They allow people to protest without seeing a thing. And all through President we are 6 years, the former head of the Council of Churches was a Unity partisan, Bishop Konto Brown. He was a Unity partisan. We all know that. We saw him campaign on the Unity Party. The current head of the Liberal Council of Churches is a spiritual advisor to the president. Is a spiritual advisor to the president. So because these guys are eating milk, they are drinking milk, licking honey. So they wrote the government asking they're going to put a ban on the protest for a while to seize our fundamental right. Like Jake said, you don't want the international community to know what happened in Liberia.
Yes, yes.
So because of that reason, they don't want to the protest. The thing is, right now the political party in Liberia are divided. Opposition political party are divided. Because those guys who supported the Unity Party for 6 years, king of power, they are being taxed. So to see the opposition laugh again to support an opposition political party, a play on them. A play on them. Now everybody now want to be president. You want to be president. Or Prince want to be president. Jamal want to be president. So the entire thing is just had to scatter. That's why you saw the CZU League endorse the protest stamp and the supposed stamp. Mind you, Boa Malu came from the CDC and he still got that blood line with the CDC. So everything you find Malu do, you find CDC supporting him.
Exactly.
You find CDC supporting him. That's why he will succeed. So they did that thing to put fear in Malu. So that, oh, you don't protest. No. That gave, in fact, today, they put all the streets doing publicity. Today, they were all the streets doing publicity preparing for the protest on Wednesday. And President Baka must receive that protest. He must receive that petition as a president. He must receive that petition. They are not worried. The Swedish embassy about to close next year, June or July, about to close. The project 30 project in Liberia ongoing, and this project cost 149 million. And that 149 million is around 12% of our budget. Thousands of Liberians are about to be jobless. They're not worrying their government. Already the unemployment rate is high in Liberia. The unemployment rate is high. They get thousands of Liberians coming to join them. because the Swiss embassy is posting a project in Liberia. 30 projects they are posting. They're about to take bread from the table of people, take bread from the mouth of other Liberians. They're not worrying the president. What worrying them right now is to pay party headquarters. That the bigger concern of people headquarters. 2 years gone. There's nothing the government can show to us in 2 years. All they can show to us right now that a $10 million duplex they get in Lofa County. 10 million. What about the civil servants that they promised to put on pay or increase their salary? You want them a salary, I want your vote. They increase the budget to 1.2 billion. In that 1.2 billion budget, they didn't increase your salary. What happened to that? You want them a salary, I want your vote. But the budget gone to 1.2 million. What happened to that? Today, the entire country is here to scatter. So on Wednesday, don't be surprised to see thousands of Liberians uncountable on the street protesting on Wednesday.
But here you think me ask you think they protest will be the other former the gun protests?
Thank you.
This protest will be more crowded up than the past one. Trust me.
Okay.
The protest will put up more number than the past one. Just because of that fire incident, Lord Liberia will come out. Just because of that $10 million stuff in Lofa County, Liberia will come out. Just because the police are killing people. You saw the lady was crying 2 months ago, saying the police was her son. She just saw somebody. You just saw that somebody, someone tear. You saw the poor in Waterside, the many women protesting that the enemy eating the money. And you saw that. But a lot of Liberian people. You saw happening. You saw that. We're in today is the 15th of December. You saw happening in the Senate today. You saw thousands of the Senate protesting.
Yeah, the staff protesting. For that morning. You saw that. Increment. Yeah, for increment.
But they're busting taking each senator in that pay get $2,000 every month for gas. The gas about $2,000 each senator every month just for gas. $2,000 each senator just for gas. That's the worth of the gas.
Wow.
All of them taking $400,000 every year just to buy scratch card. You put 1 and 2 of them together, it's $400,000 just for scratch card. Then the people do the daily work for them. Can I get a good salary?
But the budget going to 1.2. The budget going to 1.2 billion. Why they can increase it? Why they can increase the server money? When the budget going to 1.2 billion. So there's the budget. No, then the budgets are flat. The server they need to tell the truth. The budget, if the budget goes from 800 million to 1.2, then they cannot carry a small increment. Then they're flat.
The budget in 50 minutes. In 50 minutes, the book pass budget 50 minutes.
I know. I think that's 29 or 30 pages. They're ready. Yeah.
You see the speaker.
You know, there is this particular thing that is happening in Liberia, and I want to start this with Trocon. You know, this is the boss of the how you call this
motorcyclist.
No, not the motorcyclist. I'm talking about this fellow. He is the president of the I will get him. He appeared at Mika.
He used to be a prince. He's a former boss of the state-owned enterprise.
Thank you. Yeah, state-owned enterprise. Yeah, the boss of the SOE. Thank you so much for Masekwe.
Former.
Yeah, former. Yeah, former. So he appeared at the Mika, like Sua also did. Remember the LDA boss who appeared at Mika and said that from the executive to the legislator to he was fired the next day. Joseph Nyuma Boyka fired him. Like this fellow also, he appeared. And there was some stagnant revelation that he made about the CSA. The CSO, sorry. Those state-owned enterprises. Like we have been saying from day one. These people are not generating money to ensure that our budget is at least beefed up through their own, contribution. They are receiving revenues, but at the end of the day, those revenues are going directly to Joseph Newman Boyka Foundation. And they care about the budget. And I want us to just listen to this, and I will play another video. I thought these people say motorcycle in Liberia, motorbike. It ain't good. People should not ride. But today we are seeing Rachel Kun is donating motorbike
Yes.
to Joseph Newman Boyka Foundation. But these are the people that say motorcycle, you don't count the road. In fact, they are not correct. Let's take it from there. It ain't supposed to be here. Blah blah blah. But we play it. But let's listen to this first from the CSA, the former boss of the CSA.
They contributed trouble, yeah.
For SOEs, thus leading to the weak oversight of SOEs for years. Consequently, non-compliance, lack of accountability, and waste and abuse of resources across state-owned enterprises are
lack of
prevalent,
accountability,
thereby affecting the effective delivery of core public services and hence undermine national growth and development. Let me say without mincing words that many of our SOEs are marred with mismanagement and abuse of resources they control to provide services to Liberians. The heads of many SOEs feel that they do not owe accountability to the Liberian people, who are the owners of the enterprises they head. Deliberately fail to submit their operational reports to the BSE for consolidation and publication to the public in flagrant violation of the BFM laws. This is because the existing laws do not specifically provide sanctions for heads.
Now, I want to move this from here, and I want to start this with our brother Chokon. We're listening to the former boss of the SOE. He talks about mismanagement of funds by those who are heading those SOE. He talked about these people abusing the resources of the Liberian people. He talks about how these people feel that they do not owe they do not owe accountability to the Liberian people. They ain't get time for Liberian people. We get time for you. How they are mismanaging funds. We are seeing it from this report to the extent where the GAC audit report made it very clear that most of these SOE are not even given to the budget. What is going on here? Whenever people flag out the ills, even people who are within the government, then the witch hunt. They get rid of you. They take you out. They kick you out. You become an enemy. Let's hear from you on this issue, my brother.
So the fellow in question is called him Atom Mata Senior. He's a former boss of that institution, and the guys that Joe Braga put are different SOEs. I won't call it a picking them. He read him picking them. The level more Ali, Amos Square, and these are the guys that are cutting the shot. These are the guys that are controlling, Waka. They take direct instruction from them. If you can recall, I think Waka threatened to dismiss the cars, I call it declare their assets, and the guys refused. And so the president himself is a complete contradiction. The same way he's now, he don't want to account to Liberians for the thousands or millions of dollars he's misappropriating. That's how the guys, I mean, that's the same pattern the guys are following. Because people will definitely follow the leader and do whatever pleases the leader. Why would you think Why we call the top government officials be brave to look out, say for example, opposition leader and rain insult on them. Then the president says and do that. Because he supposed he's bad. So Mr. Mazakwa met him. I mean probably he didn't understand the real rescue mission. The actual mission here is to steal, kill, and destroy. Probably it's a unit partition, but they didn't give him the destination of the rescue mission. And so he came out of the box. And so since he came out of the box, they would not allow him to rest. They're supposed to take it out of the box completely because the actual mission of the rescue mission that I shared, you guys are here to steal, kill, and destroy. That's why you see they killed in Liberian. So when Mr. Mazakwa shared it, the guy said, come on, you gotta go. Why were institutions the people of Monrovia be raising over 40 million and they can't get 1 cent to the budget? You can imagine what the other people are government or Bagana know. No, he's aware. He's a criminal. Bagana is a ball rule. That's why he can raise the money and carry it to him. And get the money, use it to live a useless life. That's just the problem we find ourselves in. And Liberia needs to stand up. And so I say within for 29 days that you see where we are trying to we must stand for ourselves. This is about our children's future, not us again anymore, because our future already been damaged. Thank you.
You mute.
Yeah, my brother Louis, let's hear from you on this. SOE are not contributing. The people are saying that our budget is 1.2, Nicodemously passing the budget with just very few people, people who will say yes, sir, to, the regime. In fact, that regime speaker now. So you will bring a regime man then to ensure that the budget is passed, not even respecting the House rules relative to, adequately deliberating on the budget and etc. So they just pass it and then they move on. While others make noise and they write on Facebook and read long pages or long article or opinion or whatever. People are moving ahead. State-owned enterprises have refused to pay towards the budget, and Mr. Boyka is doing nothing. It's like he's complacent. He's okay. Let's hear from you on this.
Prince, the Chokon said, when people come to steal, they need to take instruction from one person that's the leader of the gang. So because they take no instruction from the leader of the gang, they don't care for who the deputy is or who the deputy do or what the deputy do to them. Those guys taking direct instruction from the president. Because they take direct instruction from the president, so they said to the state-owned enterprise, here to hell with you. Because we don't take order for you. You are not the one that give our job. But they forget to know he's the head of all the state enterprise. But they're saying to him, you are not the one that employ us. So we take direct instruction from the president. So because he made an attempt to expose them, he decided to cut it off. He decided to cut it off totally. This country is seated on a time bomb. All I can say to you, all I can say, they're on a time bomb, I can steal. They're making sure. Shouldn't be long only thing here. The guy can steal.
Wow. My brother Jake, it's over to you, sir.
Yeah, when I stay long also because we feel knowing them and Prince. Prince, let me tell you something. And when I tell you something about your local unity party, let me tell the followers something here. They can say CDC, only discounted CDC you can see you. But let me tell you something about the unity party I don't know. There are different groups within the Unity Party. They still get the Ellen Johnson selling Unity Party within that rescue mission. They still getting there. The Samuka there, all these people there, the Kofi Woods there. These are the Unity Party of the Ellen. So they still believe in Ellen selling. They still believe in Ellen selling. CDC is just they can get the standard sedition, but CDC not divided the way the Unity Party divided. You will see more division within the Unity Party. I'm telling Liberians here, by 2027, when they start making more money, because it's just a 2 year plus and 4 years into that in the presidency, when they not secure enough money, believe me, you will see a lot of people jumping ship. But because it's so early, they're raping money, so they won't talk. But time will come, they will rape good benefit. They will not answer to nobody, they will jump ship. So as Chokone said, as TNS said, the whole, you can do your own thing within the Unity Party. When I tell you they got preparing themselves financially, when me answer the question, what the former finance minister resigned for? When you lie, you say you were sick. No. Former Kamara never was sick. No. He just played it. He don't want to be, he don't want to do that. He don't want to be part of that whole something. So who they brought in? They brought in Kafuan. That doing a daily job for them. Kafuan best, Elijah Kafuan get over $100 million. According to the report. What is any great president will sack Kafuan, no matter how you lawyer, you don't they call $100 million? Where he get $100 million? What's that $100 million? That $100 million see now is on offshore banks now. They preparing themselves for 2029. When I tell you that he is beyond, I feel calculating everything. When I tell you beyond Joseph Baka, you can maybe you're being denied. This beyond Baka. Baka is not running 2029. He can never be feeble at the point. It will never happen. So they're preparing different surrogates. There will be a political rankling within the Unity Party. Maybe now Jeremiah will come up on that ticket. Maybe Jeremiah will be a lame dog. Reality. Because Lima Cut is already split. And I tell you, you're approving now. Coca is on the CDC side. It's a video when the Stavardon were protesting. The Stavardon went to Coca to get a grievance to Coca. Who Coca called on a particular place? Coca called Montana McGay. Let me tell you, you call it spade or spade. The red is on the wall. They like it or not. It will be a political party. Let me tell you something. Everybody say the country we're in, when they become president, y'all keep the video. The country we're ready in 2029. If they are super with this country, the West Africa will shake. The party. And they say the country, and the Baga prophet, he said the country will end. That the time that we're waiting for the time for the country to end. We're all our fight to end our country. Everybody gets, I'm not scared anymore. You know, I'm not scared. Everybody gets sick to loss. Choko, you might not be afraid in our country anymore. They're paying massive property in the net. They're investing in the soil. See the multi-million-dollar project, UG Fakone, all of them inside, all of them paying property. You think they're willing to lose that property? We know where all I getting to repeat that thing over and over. I will take notice. We finally address for everybody relative. You kill anybody relative for nothing. We hunt your own relative in the Western world. We're hunting. I would be here preaching politics.
Let's provide this disclaimer. Under the Palava Hall does not support anything that has to do with violence.
So, it's not violent. I just saying that if they sell my family, if they sell me and my family, I will go to own a family in the Western world. You can let it say that disclaimer that reality. When they were inside, when they were on the podium telling they would drag the president, they would shoot the president convoy, they sell it, represented Dillon and sell it. Me, I just telling you something. Anybody wish on me, you wish on me, I survive, we wish on you too. Because we're coming to a stage now. The land is ruined already. The people say they want to put the country in the turmoil. They don't allow voices and you remember that guy that's threatening from America? Why you should come on their platform? Where Jeremiah P and they threatening him, they won't kill him, they want to do all kind of thing because he's a loud voice. We don't live that. When they were in the corridor, they were disturbing everybody. They threatened the former president, the surrogate. They would do this, they would do this. Nobody wish on them. Nobody closed radio station down. They wish hunting everybody in the country. Most of the journalists in the country are afraid. They have protection, they have bodyguard with them when they go into work. They see all our radio station with some people that love them. So how the country that the country we want? Prince, even you like
Thank
yeah,
you.
even you like yeah, you cannot just go Morovia with you didn't get security. You don't go to certain places because you allow for us too. You think Jeremiah Kuna watching the protest you did on in America? So I say all these things they need to be cutting law tools now. We start carrying it to international community. And the country we want. And the country we want. But these guys in the corridor threatening the nation. They're threatening everybody that critical to them. But when they were critical to the other people, nobody disturbed them. They had the highest protest. They were still wanting down within more Ali than what the more critical people, more Ali were living in Monrovia. Nobody go to more Ali or touch it. Nobody, the president Georgia never allowed no security apparatus. You see a lot of people citizens were not angry. No. Henry Costa used to go to the country, do a lot of crazy things. Nobody disturbing. So they silencing everybody. Why? The freedom of speech. Our constitution say you get right to protest, you get right to voice all your thing. It's like America. So we're putting it outside there. Please. And I receive threat now. And I never used to receive threat before. And I see more than 4 or 5 threat on me, serious threat. Me a catty law the super never the report for message. As I send it to my legislature here, my parliament people here. Well, I know.
Thank you. Thank you so kindly, my brother. Thank you. Fellow Liberians, I want you to look at this picture. Right? I want you to look at this picture. You remember this picture. I think all of you remember this picture, right? Those of you who are
Yeah.
on here remember this picture. This is a fellow that was caught with huge quantity of high drugs in Liberia. This is him.
Prince Sevelunian.
This is the guy. He was caught with these drugs.
Prince Labria or is a Sevelunian?
I think he's a Liberian. Jose Nyuma Boeka, how you call Sangano, son. He was caught with huge quantity of drugs. There's the drugs up there. LDA collected guard displaying. Here's the LDA stuff you are seeing up there. Where is this guy today? Where is he? Let me bring you another picture here.
You honor the radar. Yeah, Quitter.
Yes, Quitter. Where is Quitter today? Where is she? And the list is just countless. I mean, countless list. We can go on and name and name and name. Where are those people? They are no more. You can't see them around, right? They are not around. But today, because it is Bucky who refused to attend the Unity Party launching, that they caught with, what is it, I know, 36, what, I know, kilo or so, whatever. Today, they parading him all over the place. This government is sending a signal. And if you and I as Liberians do not join the protest to ensure that Boeka lead or leave, we will be indirectly aiding Boeka. We will be indirectly supporting Boeka. We will be indirectly giving Boeka the green card to go ahead and do whatever he wants to do. And that's why I want to agree with people. Those who sit and say, we're waiting for 2028, it will not be easy in our country. We're waiting for 2027, it will not be easy. Before 2027, Boeka will have armed himself enough. Before your 2028 that you're waiting for, Boeka will put himself in a comfortable position to strangulate you. The way Boeka is proceeding is an indication that this man is heartless and will ensure that every other political party that stands in his way, that he get rid of it. That is the agenda of Boyka. Boyka does not respect the thing they call rule of law. This may have shown it over and over and again. And what are you waiting for? And I want to agree with my brother Choko and others. President Weah, on several occasions, you saw what happened. The attempted assassination by this particular government. Why he playing the air? People say no, he playing with that land.
Mm-hmm.
We saw all this. Nobody is off the hook when it comes to this government using her power to subdue them. And that's why we must collectively stand together to tell Boyka that this nonsense is enough. Liberia is not his personal property. It's not his family property. Every one of us have equal stake on Liberia.
I told
To
you.
allow Boyka to just flow like that. Somebody said and say, let's wait some more. We're waiting for 2027. It will not be easy. 2027, people forget it. Babu Difakola, 2028. Before 2028, the people then who's supposed to talk for you, they will finish clearing all of them. They will clear all of them. Before 2028, the thing that you're depending on, it will not be there no more. Because Boyka is, look, let me tell you something. One thing I know about the Unity Party, they are not afraid to commit any crime. They see no international community. That's the first thing. That our own government people used to be afraid, say, no, they think we can't do it, international partner here, they will do this, they will do that. Boyka and the Unity Party government, they not see that thing they call international partner. They not see it. They not see that thing you call American embassy. They not see it. That thing you call UN horse. We're going to go UN horse. We're going to go protect. We're going to go do that. We tell UN this that. Boyka not see UN. He not see that. The only thing that Boyka is afraid of is the will of the people. Like Jake said, look, until you can bully the bully, you can tell the bully that, look, this nonsense you're doing is enough. I will stand up to you. That bully will think that they are strong enough and they can continue. Liberians, call your family back home. Call people back home. Let's encourage them. This nonsense is too much. Look, Boyka is preparing the country for a fake coup, if you don't know.
I told you.
Boyka is preparing, we're saying this here, is preparing the country for a fake coup. That's why you see he putting all his people, his relatives who are closely related to him from Lofa, he put in an insensitive position. That's what Boyka is doing. Boyka is putting his people in sensitive areas. Because at the end of the day, he wants for it to be from Boyka to Boyka. That's how he wants to do it. But Boyka will get the Liberian people to contend with.
Even they won't stop Jeremiah coup. They were playing a fake coup. They will stop everybody. The military won't take over. I told you.
Said this, other people overlook it, but this is serious. Let's go to our brother Choko as he concludes from his end. My brother Choko, it's over to you.
Yeah, so again, I want to say thank you. I think it was a very beautiful show. I want to conclude on this note. Liberians, I think this is a time that you stand up to Mr. Boyka. You see, most time when we are saying that there are a lot of Liberians that are not serious, mostly when it comes to confronting this unprepared and wicked woman called Boyka, some people say, oh, my opinion need to take time. Look, every one of us want to see 2029. Every one of us. There are some of us that have plans to be more serious, to be more strong, to be more forceful for 2029. All of these plans we have there. You are not the only one. But guess what? The engagement must start now. The engagement must start now. Look, I saw that lady crying. That lady who called, probably her family called the police and said, oh, the young man, we are not understanding here. I think there's a need that the police come and, they come with some manpower and have it under control and the rest of them. The police went there and took gun, fired him 8 times. They didn't catch him on armed robbery scene. No. So say, oh, the man was firing the police. No. The man was in a room, in a confined area. That the police who are even use tear gas, pepper spray, they have it under control. But guess what? No. The president is a man who believes in blood. The police executed that man in broad daylight. Not in the night. They say, oh, the man, I think you get stories. Yeah, they want to no. Broad day, the police just gun and they killed that young man. You think about it. What if that young man was your brother, your father, your relative? Will you say you're waiting for 2029? No, you need to answer these questions because when you want to hear some of you, oh, waiting for 2029, waiting for 2029. For me, that statement makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. You saw how that lady was crying because she lost her only son. Do you know what it means to take care of your child from day one? Actually, be that brother is about 20 years, and you were executed in that form and manner. You think if you go ask that woman now, do you think she waited for 2029? No, she's crying for justice. She's crying for justice. Yes, you are saying this thing you're waiting for 2029. Take the King John case for example. Those young people who are protesting against foreign companies for bad labor practices, workers use their blood as weapons. Kill them in King John. Yes, you are saying you're waiting for 2029. Who knows? You could be the next one. You could be the next one. Because the thing about evil people, they don't pick and choose. Because in addiction, they are addicted to blood. So when they want that blood, of course they can go any length to get it. You could be the next in line. So I'm saying this. I can go on and on. But what's the essence of going on and on when it is so clear that you Liberian must stand up? What are you saying here? Right in your face, brother, local, your country money while you are trying to say there is no job. Even the president acknowledged that the country has so over $1 million and go pay party headquarters. Right in front of you, nobody can say about you to say, oh, I live here in Castle. No. You say, waiting for 2029? Are you serious? Liberian must stand up. You must stand up to this time and stop wasting your time for 2029 because 2029 is not started. You and I we don't have the key to 2029. No, but 2029 must begin now. So, Prince, I want to say thank you. I have a perfect opportunity, Liberian. December 17, the Prince said, by refusing to stand up for the December 17 protest, the minute you are starting for broadcast, thank you. Kill more people, build more party headquarters. Do all the role you can. We salute you. That will be the interpretation. Are you now honoring that patriotic call for 2029? I mean, say for December 17th protest. I thank you so much. And thank you all of you that are always sharing, that are always following us. I want to say thank you. Support us in whatever way you can, whether through your share, through your comments, inviting others. We want to say thank you so much. Let us build this together, let's build this platform, and make it a unique one. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother Chokon. Thank you so very kindly. My brother Jake, let's hear from you, sir.
Yeah, now much Chokon finished laying a lot of things down here. The only thing, respect to you, CEO, for your bravery to Prince. You started the thing alone. I can remember in the trenches way back. You started a struggle, and today at least you grow big now. You wanna elect to your hardware to pull you, Liberian people hearing your voice to on Friday, Monrovia, all over the country. It's so necessary to your bravery, so massive also. You are a brave person. You don't care what happened. Life goes, life, we're living life. Anything can happen in life. But salute to you again. Salute to Chokon, the followers especially. And because of you people, we are here. We sell a lot of things here, but me, I say my own, I sell it that it's scary for 2029 because my only fear, I say my political predation, I said it on a radio station with AB William. My only fear, I pray that the military shouldn't take part in our government, in our politics, or in our democracy. Let it flow, let it be. Nobody want hard jacket for their own greed. Because that the same way Ellen came to power, we had election, George Weah and Bouakai, they marched it up, George Weah won the second time, Bouakai won. That's how the process should go. The Liberian people they will make the decision. If you govern good, they will put you there. They believe that George Weah never did it the best way. They moved George Weah. So let it play. That's the only thing. But I finished saying it here. Pray nothing will stop. Nothing will, where we're talking about. I don't think that the military will get involved. People calling, because if the military get involved, those in the legislature, there will now be legislature. They will dissolve the parliament because they believe that the legislature is a burden of the country. Imagine if they want another more 14. They want another more 14 to the trouble when we already facing that we're not even developing a country yet, but they won't carry the wage bill up. But for all indication, it can happen, it cannot happen. We pray for my prayer. We pray, but as just said, kudos to everybody too. Yeah, we'll be people who want protest will protest, but the main target to this thing, according to our constitution or our plan for election, will be 2029. I want you can hear everybody talking about 2029, Choko, because we experienced a civil war before. Some people are not born, some people were born, some people saw you on YouTube. It's terrible. When all come to it, it's very, very terrible because some of us too were young, we experienced it. So we don't want to go back to that dark days. That's why sometimes why I can tell you the president can be that why the president cool and peaceful. But I tell people always the president get a radical side. The president, let me tell you something to go away. I don't know. The president not challenge, the president challenged the late child state up. The late child state up when you are a rebel leader, president of the country, where you got all there was no rule, total rule of law. Nothing the president, you can still remember, Choco, when the president, when Charles said, Joy, are you are the presidency? But he denied it, he a little bit denied with the president. He said, no. There was a certain thing. He crumbled Charles Taylor for salary for the footballer. He was radical. He's a radical person. Charles saying, oh, you won't be president yet. Because I know you have affiliation with somebody. I know you won't be president yet. You can still remember that statement. He came to power. He became president. Pray, I will tell you tonight. Followers, I will tell you. Hey, the day John we are ready, and they take doing all that thing. Pray, I will always say it. Nobody grow down. He's a brother man. I will talk it really, yeah. He's a former president, but you're a brother man. They don't know that country by anybody. So pray me, I'm not scared of nobody. I won't let to live. They set the country head now. We got to attack the bully. We got to attack every form. This. Let me tell you something where you don't know about the Unity Party. You know the coward is scary too. You know what let the Unity Party on? Let me tell you something. They're scary. They're scared like crazy. They're not experiencing nothing. They get people in the trenches. So I will tell you that 2 years. They scare people, but they get news. So we have peacefulness, little bit because you are in government, you are president of the country. You want to know chaos in that country. But pray you watch and see. We will live by slow, we take our time. Then we wait. I tell you, I said, we know what time the president will come outside. The time will come outside. That time you will salute me. I thought you will salute people. So that follower, you help to share this video, man. Thank you very much. You muted.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. And I want to say thanks to Chokon for always, being there. To all of you who are following, commenting, sharing, I want to say thanks to all of you. We will be here hopefully on Wednesday So until we meet again, my people, have yourself a God blessed day and bye from our end. Thank you. Okay, stop sharing. All right, so fellow Liberians, there we have it. Until we meet again, just be safe out there.